Oh man, why did I have to bring myself into this? Hey guys, CYG here, and I'm gonna do my very first storytime video. And I'm gonna tell you that one time, which was 2 nights ago, when I saw The Little Mermaid play. Gosh, why did I bring myself into this? I didn't want to bring myself into this, but I knew I had to do it. Of course, so yeah, we were just like heading to the theater, and then there were just two lines. We had to take the shorter line. Of course, I looked to the right and I saw the cast like dressing up like as the characters, like Prince Eric, Sebastian, and King Triton. Yeah, of course. And yes, when we got into the theater, it took like almost like 13 minutes for all the people to get in the theater, and then the lights went dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. And then Ariel just pops out on stage and starts singing. Of course, usually I saw each version of the play like on YouTube. And of course, it didn't include Ariel just singing in the beginning of the play. And then we got to the part where we see like Prince Eric and his crew like on the boat, and then they hear that voice. Of course, yeah, and then we get to the part where Ariel and Flounder go to the surface to see Scuttle to figure out what the treasures they found. Of course, Ariel was on surface first, and then Flounder finds her. Of course, Flounder was played by a girl. Of course, why was I in the play? Because I did an audition. Of course, yeah. And Ariel's like, you're blushing. And Flounder's like, it's just hot. The sun and stuff. And Ariel's like, are you trying to flirt with me? And Flounder's like, not at all, really. I don't have a crush on nobody. And then they see Scuttle, and then she talks about the Dinglehopper, and then of course this songwriter, which makes music. Ariel gets nervous, takes all the stuff from Scuttle, and just goes back in the ocean. And then we get to the concert part, and then Trent gets mad. Ariel just shows up. Flounder spills the beans, and then yeah, Trent gets mad. Ariel gets upset, just runs off on out of stage. And then we get to the part where Ursula just sings a song about how she was just a little squid. And then we get to the part where, of course, Flounder visited Ariel and how she was feeling right now after the fight between her and Triton. And then she just goes back on stage saying, I gotta go. And then she sings the song, Part of Your World, where she has all those treasures and stuff. And then Sebastian just shows up. And then after a while, Ariel disappears. Sebastian goes, somebody's got to nail that girl's fins to the floor. Of course, we're gonna nail this girl's fins to my computer screen. Of course, what you're saying, this is Applefurter as a mermaid. Of course, I was just looking for like Applejack as a mermaid, but I couldn't find one, so I decided to use this one. Of course, now we get to the point where Ariel sees Eric, and then there was a thunderstorm. Eric calls up the ships. Ariel saves him from drowning. And then get to the part where Ariel sings to Eric, and when he wakes up, whereas his father just finds him laying down on the beach after drowning, and then, of course, just takes him back home. Yeah, after that terrible accident. And then we get to the point where the girl's saying that Ariel's in love, and then Flounder spills the beans again, and he's called an angel fish, and then just sprung off stage. And then Sebastian finds Ariel. Then Sebastian sings Under the Sea, trying to find Sebastian, and then accuses him of keeping secrets from him, and then Triton commands him to take Triton to Ariel. And then the $2 and Flounder came along. Of course, Flounder feels guilty. The two sisters just get mad at Ariel. Triton tells her to leave. they have another fight. Ariel trying to have another fight, trying to just destroys everything. And of course, Ariel gets upset, and then those two eels just find her, and then they were taken to Ursula. They took her to Ursula, and then Ariel makes her a potion that will turn her into human for 3 days, and just Ariel gives away her voice. And yeah, of course, no, Ariel just turns into a human, and of course she's got legs. And can Act 1 ends. And yes, we well, yeah, I had to like take a bathroom break after all that. And then, yeah, Act 2 starts, and then Skulls just finds Ariel beached. Of course, thinks he used the dinglehopper, and then finds out Ariel gave her a voice, can't talk. And then Eric finds her, and then takes her to a cabin. They have dinner, and then Sebastian was in the kitchen with the chef, slicing and dicing dead sea animals, and then just finds him, and then boils him in a pot. He was hiding behind a curtain after taken to the table, and then sees Sebastian, and then he runs up on table, and then chaos just starts happening. And then Ariel was just running to a room. Sebastian finds her and wanted to take her to her father, and then just decides to like help Ariel just fall in love with Triton. Yeah, basically. And then Sebastian teaches her how to like smooch a guy, like. Sorry, I had to do that. And then we get to the point where Ariel and Eric just rows in a boat, and then the eels attack them, and then takes them home. Yeah, and we see this scene where this starfish was standing up on stage, and then another fish just walks up to her, and then just once the starfish turns around, the fish just gives her a flower, which was pretty cute. I was like really shocked to see that part happen. And then we get to the part where Flounder and Sebastian just see King Triton, and then tells him the truth, and then decides to save Ariel, of course. Then we get to the part where there's a girl competition. Eric chooses which girl he wants to marry, and then there's other Disney princesses, like Bella from Beauty and the Beast, and of course Cinderella, Snow White, and of course Aurora from Sleeping Beauty. Yeah, of course. And then of course Eric knows that Ariel is the only girl that he loves. Yeah. And and then they hear Ursula singing, and then the eels find Ariel, just drag her away, and Ursula's like, "Time's up, you lose!" And then once Ariel was taken to Ursula, King Triton arrives to save her, and then Ursula and Triton make a deal, and then he, of course, Triton signs a contract and gives her a staff. And then Triton realized that the humans didn't kill his wife, but Ursula did. And then, sorry if I take long pauses during this video. Yeah, it's sometimes hard for me to, say longer things. Sometimes it's hard for me to talk for a long time. And, yeah, and Ariel grabs the shell, and then gets her voice back, and then just drops the shell, and then Ursula just, boom, disappears, which means she's dead. And then Ariel apologizes after what she did, and then her father forgave her, and then knew what he had to do, just get her legs back. and then Ariel finds Eric, and then of course wins her back, of course, and then Triton was introduced to Prince Eric, and then decides to celebrate the ceremony of the two, Prince Eric or King Eric, whatever you want to call him, and Queen Ariel. Sorry, I had to make that up because it is The Little Mermaid. That's how the movie ended. And then they ever had the last song, and Eric and Ariel were getting married, and then yeah, that's basically how it ends. They did their vows. Yeah, and that was it. Yeah, and we had to walk out the theater. There were a lot of people there, and of course I was really shaky. And then I just walked off back to the car and went home, went to bed. That's it. So yeah, that was basically my first storytime video. Yeah, I don't care if this was like over 15 minutes long. Yeah, and sorry if I did long pauses. If you didn't want to hear them, I might just edit that out. If I have any stories I want to share with you, I'm always available on making videos about storytime. And don't worry, those covers from my backup channel will come soon. Once again, guys, thanks for watching, and ahoy!